My love, I know how hard it's been to live inside this restless hum of not enough. It's a quiet ache, sometimes loud, sometimes buried, but always there, whispering that something isn't right, that something is missing, that you should be more, that the world should be more. And it's so subtle, isn't it? It disguises itself as ambition, as growth, as high standards. But underneath it all, it's dissatisfaction. This shadow, this energy, creeps in like a low-grade fever, dull but draining. It has you scanning for flaws, nitpicking, endlessly tinkering, trying to fix what was never truly broken. It promises improvement, but it never brings peace. You know the feeling. You've watched yourself rework the same project or tweak the same conversation in your head, trying to land it just right, only to feel that familiar void rise up again. This shadow doesn't scream, it simmers. And the most painful part, my dear, is that it's rooted in your love for life. That's why it hurts so much. You were born with a vision of what's possible, a natural sense of how good it could be. And when reality doesn't meet that ideal, it's not just disappointing, it's unbearable. This is the curse of the shadow of dissatisfaction. The deep sensitivity to the world's suffering paired with the inability to sit still in its imperfection. So you try to do more, be more, fix more, and yet the dissatisfaction grows. And the truth is, you've been measuring your worth through the lens of what hasn't yet bloomed, through all the things that you think should be different. And I want to tell you this now, gently, firmly, and with all the love in my being. This part of you is not broken. It's a seed. The ache you feel is sacred. It's the sacred dissatisfaction that precedes a great blooming. But you must stop fighting the ache. You must stop judging it. You must stop making it mean something is wrong with you. Let yourself sit in it. Breathe into it. See it for what it truly is. It's not a defect, but a doorway. When you stop running from dissatisfaction, it becomes a compass. Not one that rushes you to change everything, but one that gently points you back to the present, to your own body, to your breath, and to your life as it is right now. And from there, something miraculous happens. Not the fixing of the world, but the healing of your perception of it. And then something shifts. Slowly, subtly. Like the first crack of sunlight after days of cold. The ache inside you begins to transform. Not because the world has changed, no, but because you have. You've stopped running. You've allowed yourself to sit with the raw edges, the imperfections, the hunger for something more. And in doing so, you've unlocked the energy beneath the ache. This is the gift of vitality. The untamed pulse of life that was always there, waiting behind the veil of not enough. And vitality isn't something you earn. It isn't a prize for doing things perfectly. It's what's already moving through you when you stop blocking the flow with self-judgment. Feel it now. In your breath, in your belly, in the tingle beneath your skin. This is life saying yes. Not because things are fixed, not because everything is right, but because you are here, awake and willing to live. When you embody this gift, you stop using dissatisfaction as a measuring stick, and you start using vitality as a guide. You begin to ask yourself, what brings me aliveness? What nourishes my body, my mind, and my spirit? What feels expansive? And you trust the answers. Even when they surprise you, even when they defy logic or expectation, or they feel magical, because they are magical. Vitality doesn't mean constant energy or perfection. It means being right in relationship with your life. It means knowing when to rest and when to rise, when to speak and when to listen, when to offer and when to receive. So you stop trying to force joy, and instead you start to generate it. You become a beacon of energy, not by doing more, but by being fully here. And others feel it. Others feel the way you light up a room, not by striving, but by surrendering to your life force, the source of the light behind it all. When you become someone who lives, not just someone who endures. And every time you choose to come back to this vitality, this natural, nourishing current, you heal not only yourself, but you become a part of life's healing of itself. It's beautiful. And in that restoration, the true essence begins to awaken. Not just energy, not just joy, It's something far deeper, something eternal, a bliss that has nothing to do with circumstance, the remembrance that you've always been enough, and there's nothing to do. So are you ready? Are you ready, my love? Let's go there next. This is the space beyond effort. Beyond trying to improve, beyond the restlessness, beyond the fixing and the striving. Here is where you return to what you are beneath all of it. This is bliss. It's not as a fleeting high, but as your native frequency. You see, bliss isn't something you chase. It's what's left when you stop running. It's the stillness beneath the storm, the quiet beneath the questions, and the gold beneath the grief. This state of being isn't passive. It's pure. Bliss is the state of wholeness, untouched by circumstance. It does not deny the suffering of the world, but it is not bound by it. Bliss is what remains when your mind finally unclenches its grip on control. When your heart open wide and it blasts open wide enough to hold contradiction. When your breath deepens enough to carry both pain and peace and call them both sacred. You were born with this essence. You've touched it before in those moments of wonder that silenced all thought. The way light moved across your lover's face. The sound of rain when you were still enough to hear it. The wordless beauty of knowing, just for a second, that you're exactly where you're meant to be. That is bliss. Not because the world is perfect, but because you are finally present to it. There is no resistance in bliss, no division. You don't leave your body to find it. You seek deeper into your body than ever before. And there, in the marrow of your being, you discover it. A love that has no opposite. A joy that doesn't need a reason. A silence that sings. In this state, you become transparent, effortless. Your presence alone becomes medicine. You walk into a room and the air changes. You speak and it carries a kind of grace that isn't yours alone. It's the voice of life speaking through you. Nothing needs to be added. Nothing needs to be taken away. You are enough. The moment is enough. Life is enough. This is the homecoming. This is what the ache was pointing you toward all along. Stay with me here, love. One more breath. And now, my beloved, what do you do with all of this? How do you carry bliss in a world that is still so chaotic, so loud, and so often asleep? You live it. Not by preaching, not by forcing, but by embodying. Integration doesn't mean perfection. It means alignment. It means living in a way that honors your vitality while staying tender with your dissatisfaction. You don't have to silence that part of you that still longs for more. You just have to stop making it mean something is wrong. You let it point you, not as a whip, but as a compass. And you ask yourself, where is life trying to breathe more fully through me today? What needs to move? What wants rest? What would it feel like to follow my joy with discipline? Bliss is not the end. It's the starting point. And from that still point, your actions become clearer. You begin to say yes to what energizes you. You stop negotiating your aliveness for approval. You choose nourishment over obligation, movement over stagnation, intimacy over perfection. And when dissatisfaction creeps back in, as it always will, you greet it with compassion. You say, there you are again. Thank you for reminding me of what matters. You don't push it away. You hold it. You love it. Because you remember now. It's not a flaw. It's fuel. And when you breathe life into that longing, when you stay rooted in your body and open in your heart, you become unstoppable. You radiate vitality. You embody bliss. And you live as an invitation for others to remember who they are. It's all about remembering. And this is the legacy of bliss. the legacy of vitality, and the legacy of dissatisfaction. Not a life free from dissatisfaction, but a life that transforms it into beauty, into truth, into presence. You're not here to escape this world. You're here to light it up from within. So go gently and go boldly. And above all, stay alive. I love you.